today's game, we're going to take a little detour from the crew on board the Navajo um, and journey with the crew of the USS Hornet sometime in the past. And with that, I think we'll get started with our adventure here.
Captain's Log, Stardate 7389.7. Long-range probes have detected extensive ruins on K442b that appear to be from an advanced civilization. The archaeological significance could be substantial, but the Hornet has been diverted to provide emergency assistance to the Rifra colony following their recent power conduit failures. I have assigned Lieutenant Santos and her survey team to take shuttlecraft Sagan 7 to conduct a preliminary investigation of the ruins. They are to gather initial data and samples for a more comprehensive study once we complete our mission at Rifra. Estimated time for their survey, 72 hours. End log.
All right. Currently, you are on board the shuttlecraft Sagan 7, headed toward the planet known as K 442b. I currently believe, Vogel, you are playing as Thomas Engel. Knox is playing Zavala.
Zavala, yeah.
And our would-be Dr. Valen from the Akatsuki is currently playing Pavel Kowalski.
Good evening, everyone.
Your pilot, Riley Ensign Clark, comes up. We are approaching the planet. We'll be arriving here shortly.
Good. If we are lucky, the planet is abandoned and not full of cavemen throwing spears on rocks.
Might be good to have people with spears and rocks to break this monotony of this long shuttle ride.
Okay. If I see spears and rocks, I point you to them.
Well, that is all I ask.
Lieutenant Santos speaks up. I'm sure there might be many archaeological finds that we may yet to uncover there.
Once we run the preliminary scans for hostile wildlife and potential humanoids, you could have all the scans you want.
The archaeological find may prove to be a significant discovery.
That is assuming there is something there we can actually make use of or understand.
Some of the initial scans indicate possible signs of an advanced civilization. Those could be in error, sensor reflections, misinterpretations of hardware or software.
I guess you'll find out when we get there.
We will.
Approaching the planet now. Hang on. As she initiates the atmospheric reentry, the shuttlecraft starts to shake a bit.
Well,
How you doing back there, Pavel?
I'll be glad when the shaking stops.
If you feel sick, the head's right behind you. Don't want to make more work for your engineers, do you?
I will be fine. It's not that bad. Just makes me nervous.
And after a while, she starts flying through the atmosphere. See if you can't find me a clear place to land. Though it seems rather barren down there.
Checking.
Lieutenant Santos, was there a spot that you had pre-picked out yet? No. I was hoping we could do a quick scan of the area and find the most reliable area to investigate first. All right. Who wants to initiate the scan?
I'll do
Well,
it.
she's flying, so it has to be me, right?
Not necessarily. It could be someone else.
Yeah, Tavala then.
Okay, I'll do the scan. She's probably very interested in this.
Give me a reason plus science difficulty of 1. There's no assist from the shuttlecraft because it's antiquated technology.
Fair enough. How do you roll on these new sheets?
Use the check boxes on the left side to select your attribute and discipline, and then the perform task button down below it.
Oh, there, I see it. Reason and what?
Science difficulty 1.
Science. Perform task. Here we go. Roll dice. Did that work?
Yes, did.
Do you have the roll set? Do you have private or self roll?
Don't think so. But I could.
Do not see the roll.
Okay.
Right click on the box and click reveal.
Okay.
It'd be in the chat.
Oh, it'd be in the chat. Okay, there we go. Give me a second here. Okay, I'm in chat, and let's see if it pulls it up. It is not showing it to me.
Well, you have to right click on it and then.
Oh, I don't
blank
even see. I don't even see anything to right click on. Private jam roll. Okay, here we go. I got 2 successes, a 13 and
Yeah, I just
Okay.
rolled that for you on the sheet.
okay, great. I don't know. The sheet is operating differently than the other one, so it will adapt.
So in the bottom right corner, make sure the thing that looks like a globe is surrounded in orange.
Okay.
Okay. You get 1 momentum.
Okay. And this was to look for an LZ, right?
Yeah, and someplace interesting to investigate.
Okay. Okay, I'll bring the combination and send it up to the flight crew.
I'm typing it out to you real quick.
Ah, okay. I'm picking up several ruins that appear to be brick and steel buildings. There appears to be a possible power source coming from a small town. Can I find any landing areas nearby there?
Yes.
Okay. I'll send that up to the bridge, the bridge crew, the people flying the ship.
Are there any life signs near that town?
I'll run a separate scan for that right now. You want me to roll again?
Yeah, reason science difficulty 1.
Okay.
Brick and steel doesn't sound very advanced as building materials.
Reason and science, diff 1, here it goes. It should be visible. I have the orange listed. It says public role. Okay, I'll try it again. I don't know what happened. Let me switch it. Switch it back. Okay, here we go. Okay, I rolled again, but it's not popping up. I clicked perform task, and I've got the orange box. The global box is surrounded. So maybe you guys can see the roll?
No.
I see the roll, but I don't see the results in the chat.
Yeah, I don't. Let's see. I have the global public role is checked.
Are you seeing the results on in chat for your roll?
No, the last one was 4 minutes and 38 seconds ago. So let me try it again. Character. I'm on the character
And you have
sheet.
ownership of the. Yeah, I gave you ownership.
Yeah. No, you did.
Close the sheet and reopen it.
Got it. Okay. Okay, reopening it. It's set, perform task, roll dice, globals highlighted. You should now see the roll. Jump to bottom? No, none of it. Yeah, I have the 2 at 1 attribute, 1 discipline. clicked.
Figured I'd test mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, just make sure everyone can roll here.
Yeah. Yeah, I just tried to roll again. Nothing's popped up.
Like, I see your dice, so I don't know what's going on, why it's not popping up.
Sometime the gods of technology hate me.
See, I rolled that for you. It popped up.
Yeah. Well, we'll go.
And it just vanished.
I deleted it,
Oh.
so
Oh.
it's not an official roll. The only thing I can say is rejoin the game.
Yeah, that's weird. It could be that.
Or no, actually, don't come up. Just control F5 on the keyboard, and that should refresh the browser.
Control F5. Okay, let's try that again. Apologies, I don't normally have this issue with the character sheet. There we go. I just hit a roll again. Could be I'm on an Apple, but that's never been an issue before. And I am going through a VPN, but that's never been an issue before either. You want to just go ahead and roll it for me and leave that one visible? I'm good with the GM rolling. I'm not sure what it is. Okay. There we go. 2 successes.
All right, you gain a momentum.
Okay. Okay. Now this was to do the life sign scans. I can make my own TOS sound effects. Beep, beep, boop, beep. No signs of life, but there is, well, animal life, but there are some plants.
No, there's no animal life, just vegetation.
Just plants. There's only vegetative life on the planet.
Where's that power source coming down? Rhea, does that seem like a good place for you?
Who?
Oh, Santos?
Oh, Maria.
Maria.
I just heard Rhea.
Let's investigate the power source. It could be something substantial. Plus, it might lead us to figure out what happened to the indigenous life.
Sounds good to me. All right, Riley, let's take us down.
Roger that. And she takes you down, and it is a smooth landing onto the planet's surface. As the shuttlecraft lands on the planet, obviously you check the air before exiting the shuttlecraft. The air appears to be breathable and no known toxins. that would be otherwise hazardous to your health. As you disembark, you take a breath of the air, and it almost feels like it's while it's breathable, it feels stale.
The air has an unusual quality to it.
Not a good one.
I would agree.
Let's see if we can't find out what happened here and try to locate that power source. GM, from a tactical security officer standpoint, do these rooms seem like it was just caused like a naturally or by like weapons fire, natural disaster?
Give me inside a reason security difficulty 1.
I got bold. Take one of those lovely threats. Today seems like the day for fishing, so I will fish.
Gain 2 momentum.
I am going to come down the hill and investigate this chunk of twisted metal.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down and look at it from an engineering point of view. Have I seen anything like it before?
No, it looks like a mangled motorized vehicle. But as you go, it's clearly as the two of you approach it, it's rusted and hardly barely any markings remain on the actual vehicle itself.
It slightly resembles old Earth automobiles.
Yes, I would agree with that. I've seen some limited photos of such things.
I'm going to run my tricorder over it.
What are you
See if
scanning
there's
for?
Anything that might be still functional. Anything that might be useful, like if it's got some kind of a radio in it, maybe.
Reason engineering difficulty 1.
Will you accept salvage as a focus? Or ground vehicles?
I'll accept ground vehicles.
One success.
I'm going to use my tricorder to see if I can't figure out a position of that power source that I picked up in the shuttle.
Reason plus science or engineering difficulty of 2.
All right. I finish my scan, walk past Tavala, and go. Well, 2 centuries of rest have killed anything that might have been in it.
That would do it. It is an unusual find on a planet that's mostly vegetative in nature.
Yeah, considering the signs of civilization that used to be here, it's not too out of place.
Okay, I did my roll.
I don't even see it. So
Okay. Do you want to hit it? My normal character sheet works. This one's possessed today. It's because it's my first Vulcan.
That statement is illogical.
It is.
Maybe the internet's just having a bad day today.
Probably.
you detect the power signature. You have a good reading on it. As you kind of hold it into your trigger. It's somewhere deep towards the city center, or well, the small town's center.
I'll make sure everybody else knows this. I'm picking up that power center or spike down in the city center. I'll point it out that direction and guess how, give it to them in clicks, whatever that is. 4 clicks or 1 click or whatever. It is a steady signal, though.
Well, I'm not
Safe
detecting any dangers here, so let's go investigate that power source and see if we can learn anything about who might have lived here.
You know, this has good sight lines, solid ground, good view of the city. This would make an excellent base camp.
Think you've read my mind, Pavel.
Zavala, Engel, and Kowalski. Why don't the 3 of you form a team and head towards that power signature? Mr. Webb, Dr. Owen, and myself, we will do some research around the ruins, see if we can find any historical artifacts or documents that may have been left behind by the previous inhabitants. Okino, I want you to set up a help Ensign Clark set up a base camp over at this site. We don't know what the storm's like here, so we do need to make sure we have adequate shelter just in case something happens.
Makes sense to me.
All right, to make sure you stay in constant communication, let us know if anything comes up.
We'll do.
We'll check in on a regular basis.
Standard interval check-ins.
Who's saying this, by the way?
Maria Santos. She was given team lead on this. I'm just FYI, everyone's either a lieutenant, junior grade, or an ensign. So everyone's lower decks. So
Mine says lieutenant. Nice.
I'm taking a phaser with me.
I could throw a JG in there. That's why I was kind of playing like I was leading. My mistake.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a sidearm too, just in case. I've unfortunately been to other dimensions and know that threats can come out of almost nowhere.
No, some of the characters are Lieutenant. It's she was just placed as team lead, so this is more of like her command training thing. So
Gotcha. Okay.
Well,
plus
I'm
it's
an
a
ensign,
survey.
so I'm gonna do whatever I'm told.
Yeah. Plus it's a survey mission, so she's sort of a researcher, and an expedition expert. So
Are we picking up sidearms? Was that the order or
They're standard gear.
yeah.
standard? That's what I thought.
Yep, we got those fancy communicators. We got the phase pistols.
Yeah, flip.
And
No, we have
those,
we have phasers.
and we got
We're past phase missiles at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then we have that big bulky tricorder thingy.
Oh yeah, and we got the flip phones.
That's right.
Lieutenant Santos speaks up. Everyone, you have your assignments. Let's make best of what daylight we have left. Rendezvous back here, and she kind of looks up at the sky for a minute. 8 hours.
If we hoof it, I think we can make that trek in 8 hours. You two ready?
Yes.
Lead on.
All right, and then we'll start heading toward the power.
All right. The red team. You head down the streets. You notice more buildings sort of in ruin, decay, broken glass, concrete that seems to be, no longer holding up to the test of time, and a lot of rusted vehicles that look like they date back to old Earth in the mid 20th century.
Well, it seems that nature's starting to reclaim this part of town.
Yes. Certainly does.
Is there any way you could estimate how long this place has been abandoned?
At least 200 years.
Can I carbon date anything?
What do you want to carbon date?
I'll look around for possible candidates within the areas we're moving forward. Tire dug into the dirt. If there's bacteria in there, that'll, things like that. Something attached to an object to kind of give me an idea of at least when it started, when the decay process started.
Give me a reason plus science difficulty of 1.
Okay. Reason and science. Difficulty 1. Hopefully it appears. Here we go. Roll dice.
Yeah, that's right. Your sheet's not working.
No, I just hit it, so maybe it will. Maybe I'll get lucky.
No, I did see 2 2s.
I did hit something. I did hit it. So.
I get judging by that, I believe I've been 2 successes. So,
Okay.
So you gain a momentum.
Warning, red shirts may be hazardous.
Pavel is going to continue to periodically scan the area for usable materials and/or functional equipment.
Yep, and I'll keep an active scan for threats, life signs, hostiles.
Okay. Your assessment was about correct. 200 to 220 years ago is when the breakdown began. So, assumedly, some kind of event happened prior to that.
It's just odd. I don't see any signs of a battle. I don't see any signs of a natural disaster. It's almost like these people just up and left.
And the world decayed around them. It's as if they became the plants.
Or they did that thing where they turn into energy.
This is kind of eerie, though. There's old historical towns on Earth that look similar to this.
Correct. In areas where economic decline has occurred, I believe areas of Detroit.
Pavel's just going to shrug at your pronunciation.
Yeah, she clearly a Vulcan girl has no idea how to pronounce that. I'm gonna do my walking encyclopedia, GM, and I'm gonna have a focus for archaeology today. But that's with a complication range of 2, I believe.
Okay, so it's 2 momentum.
Is it 2 momentum to activate it?
Yes.
I'll hold on that. I didn't know it was momentum to activate, so I'd like to hold off on that then.
Okay.
I mean, in fairness, we have a good amount of momentum right now. I would
If
go ahead
out
and
of
do it.
character, if you want me to have archaeology, however, we are going to arrive in an area where we might want a specialty in power systems. So, I can argue archaeology, but, we might want to hold off on that until we arrive, and we need a specialty.
That works too.
The Colinar would recommend that.
Pavel, as you kind of scavenge through, you see one. You can see it looks like almost like a general store, but everything there is just kind of decayed over time. You see a few things that look like they were wrapped in plastic, but the plastic has kind of ate itself.
Like food items that were wrapped in plastic?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Strangely enough, you find no remains of anything like that in any of the buildings so far that you've walked through.
That, I think, is the most fascinating aspect of what we've discovered. We should have bumped into remains by now. it does support the theory that all the residents disappeared.
Well, we're not going to get any answers standing around here. Let's try to make it to that power source. Maybe they have a computer that could tell us what happened.
Agreed.
In my scavenging, have I seen anything that kind of established a tech level?
Tech level wise, you get the feeling like these people were mid 20th century, so like 1940s to 1960s, in that kind of range. Like even some of the, but the strange enough, like some of the vehicles you looked in, it looked like they had like computer screens in the car.
Fascinating.
Interesting, but nothing usable, or at least like salvageable.
Nothing salvageable. Like all the components are either like rusted, even like you've pulled out like almost looks like like they're vacuum tubes, and you can clearly see the internal mechanisms are like busted, like they've popped.
I guess we are heading for the power source.
Indeed. Onward and glowward.
As you travel, take a kind of like a street alley. As you look in, you see this, decrepit, or this building that has kind of collapsed. Appears to be some sort of official building of some kind, or at least once was. You do see like strange writing that your universal translator can't make out. And you notice that the power signal is coming from underground near this building.
Devala, what do you make of these?
So the signal's coming from underground, right?
Yes.
Possibly.
Can you tell what this says, though?
I'll go over and look at it. If the universal translator can't identify it, I don't know if I will be able to. I am a communications officer. Can I take a shot at seeing if I can adjust the universal translator?
You do have linguistics.
I have linguistics, even better. So, what kind of roll do you want?
This will be a reason plus science roll. This will be difficulty 3, though.
Diff 3, I'd like to spend, if there's no objection, I'd like to spend a momentum.
Go for it.
Right.
Okay, cool.
You get your leak fixed or clog or whatever?
Yeah. You saw it?
What was it?
Hey.
Okay, here it goes.
I rolled it for you.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
What'd I get?
Complication and 2 successes.
Okay. Let's see. I don't think I have anything to overcome the complication with, so. and buying it off. How much does that cost?
Can't buy off a complication.
Oh, that's right.
That's a first edition thing.
Ah, okay. Well, if I've got 2 successes, I'll share that data then.
As you are studying, essentially the, like I say, the lettering that is on the side of the building,
Mhm.
your attention is swiftly distracted as you kind of peek around and you think you saw something moving in the upper floors of the building.
I noticed that or does
Right.
everybody?
You noticed that and you were unable to complete the
Okay.
translation.
I'll point that out. I'll say I think I saw some movement up there, and I'll point to the area and the level.
I'm gonna scan the shit out of it.
I can't get anything off these translations. This is an unknown text, no parallels to known languages.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Nope.
try to see if I could find a life sign or something that spooked Tavo.
Your tricorder doesn't detect anything.
I'm gonna move up this collapse structure as gingerly as I can and kind of look in the windows.
Give me a insight plus security difficulty 1.
Okay. No focuses for this.
Gain a momentum. As you peek, sort of you climb the rubble and you peek in, you almost feel like get this sensation that something's staring back at you. And as you kind of look to concentrate, you see these little, almost perfectly cylinder glowing yellow eyes as they get a little bit wider and then dart down and scurry off.
Lieutenant, there!
I will run up to hit Tavo's location and try to see if I can see what he saw.
Just as you move in and try to take Pavel's place, you notice you don't see any sign of what he saw.
Both of you saw something, right?
Yes, yellow eyes, 2 of them. They looked right at me and then scurried away.
I saw motion which appeared to be that of a living creature up on that particular window opening. She'll point right to where she saw it. It was out of the corner of my eye, but it was distinctly movement.
Lieutenant Angle to Ensign Santos.
Go ahead, Lieutenant.
We reached the site of the power source. It appears to be underground, buried beneath a collapsed building. There is some alien writing here that our translators can't seem to make heads or tails out of. And most disturbing, both of my team members appear to have seen something moving in these ruins. Tricorders aren't picking up what they are, though.
Understood. Proceed with caution. Do you want us to join you?
I'm just gonna shake his head no.
At this point, let's see what we're dealing with first. I don't want to endanger you guys. I'll keep you informed.
Understood. Check in within 10 minutes.
Understood.
I'd like to run a particular scan.
What sort of scan?
I have a deductive hunch. I'd like to scan to see if any of the plant life around here is in motion. It's unlikely, but there are worlds in which plants do move around. So I want to scan the building to see if there's any life forms that are moving. I'll particularly focus on plant and plant life, maybe fungal.
This will be an Insight plus Science, difficulty 1.
Okay. I'll let you roll it.
Are you buying dice?
Yeah, I'm gonna buy 1 dice. It's probably
With momentum?
Yeah, if there's no objection, I'd like to spend 1 momentum for this.
Well, you get the momentum back. On your scans, you notice the plant life is moving, but it's moving in a particular normal fashion that you would see plant life in terms for growth and. But you do notice that it is incredibly reduced. Like something is affecting its growth.
It's actually being suppressed.
It's being suppressed, yes. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary other than that.
I'll look over at the other 2. The plant life growth around here is actually suppressed, lower than what you would expect, given our elevation, the amount of sunlight, and the amount of open terrain.
Pavel would like to make a scan as well.
Could there be any external factors that can have contributed to this? Decreased solar output, unknown radiation signal?
Decreased solar output would actually show if it was consistent. She walks over to one of the bushes, finds a branch that's decently thick, and will break it, and she's gonna then run a scan on that after his scan.
Go ahead.
I'll just say this: your scans show that, in terms for luminosity from the star, it's pretty much the same output as what you would see in a Type G star. Wavelength is a little bit different, but that's typical of most stars, and most plant life usually adapts to those, the parameters in terms for energy consumption and generation.
Right. So there's nothing to support lower luminosity is to blame for the hold back on the plant life.
I think Bevel had a scan too.
What's that?
Was Pavel running a scan too, or?
I've been trying to.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. What scan are you wanting to do?
I wanted to do a scan for low voltage energy signatures, specifically robotics.
Okay, give me reason plus engineering difficulty 2.
We've been following this presence of a big energy signature. I wanted to see if there was smaller ones in the area that might account for the motion. Will you accept cybernetics or computers as a focus for this scan?
I mean, you're scanning for energy signatures. I would count those as different in terms for like cybernetics and or like computers. So like power systems would be more of an
Okay.
appropriate focus for that.
All right, I will give a threat for bold. Chasing a bit of a wild theory here. And I would like to re-roll that 19. Two successes.
As you switch your tricorder to start scanning for low, essentially EM emissions, your tricorder lights up as you detect thousands of signatures all beneath your feet.
Lieutenant, look at this.
Can you identify what those are?
GM, can I identify what they are?
For a momentum.
Have it. Looks like he's running around underground everywhere. But if I had to guess, Lieutenant, it is power sources for like memory modules of some kind. It's the way the electrical pattern shows up. I can't be more specific than that.
Maybe it's a rudimentary computer system.
Considering what I've seen in some of these cars, it may not be as rudimentary as we think. But we should investigate.
Agreed. Tavala, I want you to set your tricorders to try to detect these energy signatures. If your hunch is right and it might be rudimentary robotics, want to be prepared for that, especially if you guys are seeing something with glowing yellow eyes. Pavel, make sure I want you to scan for this building structural integrity. I don't want to get trapped down here. We make a wrong turn or knock a pillar loose.
Yes, sir.
I'll have mine set for active life signs scans. Never know. Set phasers to stun. Let's go.
Alright, I want to make a scan of the building before we get inside of it.
Okay, you scan the building. There's a lot of areas that have collapsed, but there is one entrance that leads down towards what appear to be a subterranean level area.
Over there, sir.
All right, I'll head in that direction and take point.
All right, as you head down, I don't have like a map for this part. Sorry.
No worries.
You notice that it goes rather deep, and then you start, seeing protruding from the walls some water condensation. The foundation seems to be cracking a little bit here and there. Do you wish to conduct any scans or as you're going down?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll start with structural integrity.
Give me insight plus engineering difficulty of 1.
Dos.
Gain a momentum. Judging by the tricorder readings, you think this structure should have collapsed a long time ago, but it seems it's been repaired. In fact, mostly recently.
Something's been doing maintenance on this building. I don't know what.
So that means there's definitely something down here keeping this operational, maintaining the power source.
There. Instead of scanning for life signs, maybe you should be scanning for motion instead.
I'm initiating the robotics scan.
And yeah, I'll change mine over to detect movement.
Currently, your tricorder doesn't pick up anything other than, present company,
What do we make of this condensation on the walls?
In my structural scans, did I detect like any kind of a water line or anything running through the area?
There is water line, but judging being because it's underground, water is in the ground, so water builds up.
So it's just seeping through?
Yeah, it's just seeping through. Is really all it's doing.
Okay. It is seepage from groundwater, sir.
Good. Lieutenant Engel to Ensign Santos. She's an ensign, right?
She's a lieutenant junior grade.
Yep. Okay. Lieutenant Santos.
Go ahead.
Just calling to inform you, we've definitely detected signs that something is maintaining this power source and making repairs to this building. Team should keep their eyes peeled in case you have unexpected company. We haven't spotted anything yet or detected anything, but just keep your eyes peeled.
Understood. We did find that some, at least writings here, from some preserved, what appears to be a library. The people here were suffering, were preparing for a great catastrophe, but it doesn't say what happens after that.
If I had to guess, it was the catastrophe.
Maybe this power source will tell us what that catastrophe was. We're going to proceed further into the building. We'll let you know what we find.
Understood.
And I just got back over.
So do you go deeper?
I think we go deeper.
We go deeper.
As you venture further down, you start walking down a long concrete corridor, and suddenly your vision goes white.
Long string of Polish expletives leaves the ensign.
As you come to, waking from the the concrete floor below, you notice several people walking about. You even hear the sound of music and instruments sort of playing in the background, and many people wandering around, exiting shops and stores, and the sound of automobiles drive by.
I'm gonna walk up to this centerpiece and run my hand over the grass to test the sensation.
It feels real. In fact, as you run, kind of almost feels like there's a little bit of dew on the grass.
I'll knock on the stone lip just to reaffirm.
Feels real enough.
Theirs? That didn't feel like any kind of transport or teleportation I've ever been through before.
It is not consistent with any experience I've had. GM, I've had an alternate reality dimension experience. Did this feel like that?
No.
Okay. I will look over at them. I've experienced transition to another dimension. It was not like the sensation we just experienced. Does the
Whatever it is, we're
architecture
definitely not in Kansas anymore.
Kansas, sir?
An old movie.
Oh. I admit I have not seen many of the old motion pictures.
I'm assuming we're still in our Starfleet garb.
You are.
I think for the time being, it might be best we get off the main thoroughfare here. I think we kind of stand out as I look around at what the others are wearing.
You can see what they're wearing in their portrait.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm saying we need to get off the main road. If we look around, is there like a clothing store?
Yes, there is.
I checked my person. Do I still have my equipment with me?
You do not.
Our tricorders are gone.
Tricorders and comm badges, and any weapons you had on you.
Well, that complicates things.
It does.
There's a law enforcement officer over there. Perhaps he can help us?
Or you could create complications for us if you views us suspiciously.
That's what I'm thinking too. I think we need to try to stay out of sight for now and just observe. Look for any opportunities we can to get back.
I'll adjust my hair so that my ears are definitely covered. Those aren't what you'd expect in a humanoid population.
How humanoid do these people look?
They look humanoid.
Like Earth, like humans humanoid, or
yeah,
like
people from Earth. It's the original series. They did do very much, in terms for cosmetic for
Yeah,
aliens.
Budget.
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 How should we blend in if this is like
Well,
old
like you
Earth? We don't have any money.
correct.
Well, we either got to see if they're willing to barter, or we might have to do the old clothesline gag.
Clothesline gag, sir?
Clothesline gag?
I've seen it in a movie somewhere. If the movie is anything like this time period, they might not have a clothes dryer. So they might be just hanging them out in the sunlight.
I'm gonna look over at Taval, and apparently I need to watch more movies.
Apparently, I do too.
Well, Lieutenant, this seems to be your bailiwick. Lead on.
I'm going to try to navigate us to the residential area to see if I could see clothes hanging on a clothesline somewhere. And hope my knowledge of the 50s does not fail me.
As you continue walking down, I'll just kind of move the three of you down this way. You pass several couples. They kind of give you some raise an eyebrow look. As the one police officer approaches the three of you. Excuse me. Can the three of you step over here, please?
What do we do?
Follow his request.
Just act natural. Yes, what can we do for you, officer?
You're not from around here, are you? Fresh off the boat?
Something like that, sir.
Yes, just here for work.
You're not one of those Namians, are you? Kind of looks like one.
I'll look a little offended. I'll try to.
No, sir, this is just our company uniform. I know it's a little out of place, but, rules are rules.
Company uniform? I was in the military once. What unit do you belong to?
No, he means a business kind of company.
Private
Business.
corporate.
Most people wear suit and tie for that sort of thing.
We do
Yes,
mechanical work. The tie would get caught.
That doesn't
Yes,
explain her.
She is good with computers.
You gonna say something?
Oh, I was going to ask you, is his distrust of her more about appearance or something else?
You can clearly see it. He's definitely judging the three of you on your appearance. He just seems very openly suspicious about the three of you guys. Look, if this is some sort of prank or gag from the three of you, I suggest you get changed real quick. You do know there's a war going on, and you don't want to be wandering around these streets looking like that.
Of course, sir. We'll head back to our homes right away and put on a fresh pair of clothes. If you'll excuse me, sir.
He just kind of nods at this app. Good day.
And I'll just motion them to quickly head away.
Yes, definitely. We'll move.
All right, definitely need that change of clothes.
Do you see any signs of a war, sir?
It's an awfully big planet. Perhaps this war takes place on a distant battlefield somewhere.
I think I have wild theory about what has happened, but I am not ready to propose it yet. Let us find garments.
Yes.
Yeah,
there are red
so yeah,
apps.
GM, original plan, we're going to head to the residential area and attempt to locate clothes.
All right, this sounds like a trait creation. So give me insight plus security or yeah, no, let's go insight security difficulty 2 to find and steal some appropriate clothing.
Will you accept
Um,
salvaging as a focus?
Actually, I would.
I have 14 in this. I don't know. I'm not sure what you have. Or do you? Oh, maybe you can assist.
I have a 14 as well, insight security.
Oh, okay. Well, you got the focus then.
Specialization.
Can Pavel take the head roll? Then I'll assist.
Well, hold on. Tavala, what do you have?
My security is not as impressive as you gentlemen. Hold on one moment.
Yeah, but I think you also have cultural studies.
I have security 2 and
You have a
probably
higher roll.
culture.
Pavel's
Ooh.
roll would be better if you're asking, but
Yeah.
And actually, I have some talents that are relevant here. I have collaboration, security, so I'm going to use one momentum, and then you can use my score, which is a 5.
Ooh. Hold on. What does this talent do again? Oh, engineering tools. Okay, never mind. Okay. I'll
I don't
buy a
think,
die off momentum.
and I don't think I have a relevant focus, but. And then, GM, can I assist?
yeah. Okay. Okay. You spent the momentum, right?
I did.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're done to 3. You get the 2 momentum back, but you do have the trait creation of appropriate clothing.
I was gonna say local disguise.
Do you guys want to shove more momentum into that to make it more potent?
I mean, if we want to do
Maybe
2 more
there's a
momentum
dollar
into it,
there?
convincing disguises.
Yeah. I think that's worth it.
Okay, so I guess you're done at 3 momentum.
That's fine by me.
Now GM has to put us in a era appropriate clothing.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
No time for that.
One day AI will be powerful enough to do that on the spot.
Pavel's going to, in his foraging, make a selection that's more utilitarian. So something overalls or coveralls like. Kind of more of a blue collar appearance.
Okay.
All right. Now that we got our disguises, I think the next thing to do is try to figure out how to get back to our time. And if they mention a war, I think the sooner the better.
Is there some kind of like a town directory or some kind of signage indicating what's where?
No, not really. But you do notice as you're kind of walking through town, you do see a diner.
Yes, I believe diners was a place you could gather information during the 1950s. A social hub of sorts.
There's
Although I believe they
also
expect you to order food. Go ahead, sorry.
other locations. There's a tailor shop, um, general store. You know,
Library?
yes, there is a library.
A library would be very helpful.
I would like to make my way to the large collection of books, please.
As you go into the library, you notice that an older woman, sitting at a desk. She just kind of looks at you and then back to reading a book.
As she looks up at me, I'll kind of wave cheerfully.
As you kind of start going through the library, you notice that, strangely enough, you could read everything that's there. All the books appear to be written in. As I look with the what?
Federation Standard.
Oh, okay. All appear to be in West Slavic.
Did the other two join me, or did I kind of skitter off by myself?
Sorry, I got girlfriend aggro.
Yeah, I would have followed you because this is a library, and well, this character probably loves libraries, some of the traits. So yeah, she's as excited as she could be, like this is something she understands.
Do they have a newspaper rack in this library?
They do not.
But they've got a card catalog, right?
Would any of us know what a card catalog is?
No, but I'd be
No.
able to decode numerical systems, and card catalogs are effectively numerical and organizational systems.
Anyway, do you look? Who's looking at the books particularly, or
Me.
anything written?
Me.
I'm looking at the card catalog.
Pavel is.
Yeah, you just notice as you're kind of reading through, like some of them are just like basic story literature or works of fiction. You find ones that are, you know, um, nonfiction, which are biographies of individuals, of like famous people, and everything you look at, it's all in West Slavic. You can clearly read it very easily.
I'm gonna take one of the books up to Tavala. It's like, can you read this?
I'll look at it.
As you look at the book, everything in there is written in Vulcan.
This is amazing. I'll look at him. This is as excited as you've ever seen her be. This is all written in Vulcan.
For
You know what this
a
is?
for an emotionalist Vulcan, she's excited.
The eyebrows come up like a quarter inch, and she's excited.
Yeah, exactly. You could have swore there was an ear twitch there. Do you know what the chances are of another culture developing the same exact symbols?
Tavala. When I look at the book, I see Slavic.
You see Slavic.
Duh.
It could be some kind of psychic projection. Those things are possible. Either way,
Yet.
we're being affected in such a way that we can read and understand what is here.
Okay, I think I'm ready now. Lieutenant, come over here. Are either of you familiar with the concept of Matryoshka brain?
No.
What is it?
I'll look
Lieutenant?
over at the lieutenant.
Oh, Ensign, sorry.
Either
What
of
is
you?
it, Ensign?
A Matryoshka brain? It is a very big computer. And what it stores and runs is consciousness. It was speculated people would be able to upload themselves into this computer. Remember what I said earlier, they wrote down about how they all turned into energy. What if they all
Correct.
just turned into information? There is a power source under the building. The energy web we looked at seemed to be a giant memory core. I think we are inside the computer. And these are the planet's original inhabitants.
That would
It
explain
is
why we were able to understand that police officer and why we're able to
And-
read this book.
Yes, it is translating for us. None of this is real, but it is still real. It is just digital.
All right, let's assume that you're correct in your hypothesis. How do we get out? Where's the entrance?
This could be the point if a society was under a situation of destruction. Perhaps this is, what do you Earthers call it, a message in a bottle?
Or a digital lifeboat.
Yes, that is a distinct possibility as well. Your consciousness upload theory isn't without support or merit. There are a number of situations and planetary archaeological sites that would support your assessment.
I wonder if they even no. If we want to find exit, we should look for where we entered, the large building.
I was going to suggest that we find the town hall that we originally went into.
Yes, it seemed to be some kind of governmental building. We should see if we can find it.
But before we go, I'd like to read on recent history about the war and the conflict. Just glance at some material. If you don't feel it would jeopardize our time schedule.
Well, you're our walking encyclopedia, Tavala. Think you could read them quick?
Yes, I can.
I did not know what the time translation between this digital world and the real world would be. We may be in here for only a second out in the real world, but however long we have been in here so far.
I'll make it quick. I'll look at the card catalog system and how it's organized, and I'll find some kind of book on recent history and just see if I can get a grip for what's going on now. Like
Give me
war.
a reason plus science difficulty of 2.
Okay, excellent.
I guess I have to roll for you.
Yes, please.
You have a focus.
Do you want me to spend a momentum on this, guys?
If you feel you need
And
to.
if I need a focus, I'll do the walking encyclopedia thing.
No,
But
you have a focus. So you spending a momentum?
I'd like to spend. I think it would be logical for me to spend a momentum on this roll. So yes. Okay. I see a
Maybe have a reroll.
complication.
Okay, well, you get the momentum back.
Okay.
There's a complication. You quickly discover as you kind of going through, and you notice that these people, they call themselves the Nixarians. They have been locked in an ever perpetuatory conflict with all the other major nation states. There's at least 3 of them, particularly in the Cold War or Hot War.
I'm sorry, did you mean perpetual?
Yeah, it's ongoing. Like they keep cycling. They keep going in and
Okay, yeah. You said pituitary, which is a
different. Yeah,
gland
sorry.
in the human body.
Yeah, sorry, I misspoke.
Just wanted to make sure.
But it all stems from a glandular problem.
One of the you notice that there's one of the nation states have been experimenting with terraforming technology that's been releasing toxic gas into the atmosphere, causing undesirable side effects.
I will absorb all that and quickly share it with my friends, my compatriots. They're not really friends, but my
This
valued work
this weapon they're experimenting with, do you think it could be responsible for the destruction we see on the actual planet?
I remember hearing about a weapon known as a neutronic bomb, which I believe in reference could affect biological material, but potentially not vegetative. Is there anything to that, GM?
You don't really have enough information on it to really
I'll look at them and go, I don't have enough.
It is plausible, it is just hard to figure out if that's what caused the, damage to the planet.
Right.
Out of character, a neutron bomb was meant to affect anything biological within the blast radius, but leave the infrastructure intact.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay.
So plants would have still been affected as well.
Well, I'll give them whatever information I can, and that's about as best I can do.
All right.
So
let's find this town hall. Maybe that's where the entrance is located.
A parallel position in space and time could very well be connected to our situation. I'm in agreement. Let's find it.
I would like to create a trait in conjunction with my testing a theory talent. I don't have anything specific that I want it to do yet, but I would like to call it Digital World, because Pavel is relatively convinced of his "we're inside of a Matryoshka brain" idea.
I would
And
maybe say
that's my hypothesis. Excuse me.
I would say to probably save that for later until you kind of get a bit more information.
Okay.
So you head towards the city hall.
Yes.
Okay. You walk about a block. It's not really that far. You see the same building, and written in each of the three of your languages, you see it says City Hall. Like you, each of you see in your own like native tongue, it says City Hall on it.
Right. I will let the others know. I see the word City Hall in Vulcan up there.
Yes, I am in agreement.
I believe we entered from over there.
I'm going
As
to hang back from this.
as you kind of start approaching, you see a guy walk out coming down the stairs like, you three. It's not every day we get some newcomers. Why don't you come with me to the diner and let's get something to eat? My treat. Come on.
Sounds. I'll look at the others, especially who our team leader is.
I'll just kind of shrug and start following.
Okay, falling behind.
Oh, yeah, Covey.
I don't know what you said, but I probably agree.
He leads you
Well,
into
there's your robot.
a diner, and you see a little robot kind of moving around. Hands plates onto the table, and drinks. Kind of wheels off, scurries down, and heads into the kitchen. Oh, come on. Let's take a seat over here. Kind of motions to the three of you to sit down.
I'll definitely sit down.
He walks over, grabs a chair, and then kind of sits at the end of the table.
I thought this token was Patrick Stewart for a minute. It kind of looks like it when you first cover over it, right?
See, my thought was Robert Picardo.
Yeah, it has a bit of him in it too. What the more you look at it, it looks like Picardo, but with like that quick glance, looks like Picardo.
As he takes a seat, he kind of snaps his fingers, and the waitress comes like, Wendy, I believe it's still a quarter for a cheeseburger, malt, and some fries. Just, yes, sir, it is. Excellent. We'll take 4 of them.
I'll look at him and go,
That's right. You're a vegan. Make that burger a
Point at him.
vegetarian if you don't mind. One of them.
Thank you. Although I do like my mustard and ketchup.
As soon as she turns to leave, I'm going to look over him. How did you know that?
Well, I know everything that goes on in this town. I'm the mayor.
What exactly is this place?
Pavo, right? Of course it is.
Pavel.
You hit it right on the nose. This is a simulation where we've all dumped all of our minds into a collective pool to live out our final years while we wait for our world to fix itself.
So you just uploaded your consciousness into a computer. What about your bodies?
Oh, don't worry about that.
You have ways of growing new ones?
Like I said, don't worry about that. Not your problem.
Well, we're certainly your visitors. Were you expecting us?
No, not exactly.
Well, we are explorers. I think you probably can guess that.
Starfleet. Quite an interesting development, at least for 2 of your species.
She'll kind of look at him like, yes, of course, it is unusual. You know, she'll nod agreeingly.
So obviously we have
Staring at him with
several
squinty eyes
questions.
the whole time.
We obviously have many questions about you, your people, what happened to your world.
Well, clearly you can see we suffered a great calamity. The air became too toxic, and, well, in order for some of us to survive, we all placed ourselves in either bunkers or underground habitats. Many of them failed. In fact, this is probably the last refuge on this planet.
So you're all that's left of your people.
Yes, indeed we are.
I'll look over at my compatriots. The inhibited plant growth would back up his theory. A additional gas in the atmosphere of sufficient quantities would likely reduce plant growth.
An unfortunate byproduct of the atmospheric terraforming that one of our sister nations attempted to clean up all the filth they put into the air. Had the unfortunate side effect of, well, degrading cellular activity.
That would make sense. We saw no signs of any bodies. So, at least in this area, all of your people were gotten to underground positions before Things broke down?
Well, when we realized it was too late when they turned the machine on. Yes. It was either that
But
or
surely you
face all out nuclear war.
must have been. But you must have been planning this project for years to have it ready that
Indeed.
quickly.
Are you real?
Of course I'm real. Talking to you
Or
right
are you
now.
some avatar of the computer system itself?
I think for therefore I am.
But hmm, did you exist outside this simulation at one time?
If you're referring to I have a body, I do. I am as much as real as you are. Though not everyone here
Well, we've
is
certainly learned a lot from visiting here.
right. You want to go back.
Real?
Unfortunately, I can't allow that.
That was going
Yes.
to be the next question. Why not?
See, you stumbled, well, you don't remember it, into a chamber where your bodies were quickly, well, through the automation process, pulled into the simulation. You are as much part of this as now as it is everyone here. If I were to free you, I would have to let everyone go, and clearly, we will not survive. So, I do
Well,
hate to say
no
this.
one
You'll have
has
to
know.
acclimate
You're
to
the
your new environment.
unintentional guests.
Yes, unintentional or not, you are now part of us. This simulation.
What if you didn't have to live on the planet?
I've already, well, taken a
Well,
notion
you
to
said you couldn't survive out there on the planet. What about some other planet?
it would be no different. I hate to break it to you, but most of the individuals
say,
here wouldn't
Gene?
last that long. In fact, many of them have forgotten all their useful abilities. Look, many people here chose to continue like this and
Well, they could
enjoy.
be retrained, couldn't they?
And what? Are you going to provide for them? Nourish them? Wing them off the potential soup that they got us into?
Actually, the Federation is quite capable of supporting, a decent amount of people from this simulation if they should choose to step out of it. That would be up to you to present to your people. Uh, as for capacity, well, the average Federation citizen has food, shelter, and access to medical, even in the most remote areas.
Forgive me, this is not up for debate.
And who are you to decide that fate for everybody?
Why I'm the
Surely not
mayor.
everyone wishes to remain here.
Believe me when I say this, they prefer it this way.
Oh, I mean,
And
it
the
is
little
much easier to survive here than it is out there.
And the little droid comes up with a serving tray, hands out 3 plates, 3 malts, and a bag and a drink cup. Hands it to the mayor. It's like, thank you, CB8. And it just kind of rolls back towards the kitchen.
I'll look at my compatriots. I believe these are called French fries.
Enjoy the meal. I'm sure we'll have many more conversations. Good day.
I'm sure we will.
He
I
gets
do
up.
not like that he has access to our thoughts and memories so easily.
It would imply your theory about us being uploaded makes sense. Obviously, anybody with significant enough administrative access can get a hold of that information.
Him saying it's not possible to go back, I don't think they thought that part through. If they did, in fact, upload their consciousness here, maybe there is nothing to go back to,
Well,
which
he
could
said
also
that
complicate things for us.
if he released us, he would have to release everyone. It is, by his own admission, an option for us to leave. Just not one he is willing to do.
Either he is trying to pull the wool over these people's eyes, or it is
It
his
may
intention to remain in power.
If your theory about this being a computerized construct is correct, then having a certain amount of, say, real consciousness duplicates or samples would help the simulation quite a bit. Without those people, the simulation has to then make additional calculations to create synthetic individuals to replace them. There may be a point at which the whole system collapses because it's only works when there's fish in the fishbowl.
Well, Tavalla, I'm afraid that my theory is no longer a theory, as the mayor has confirmed it all.
Correct. The question is, what's the capacity of the computer system and what is the implication when we remove or a certain amount of people are removed? I believe that's his concern, actually, is what happens if he loses, say, 20% of his people.
He seemed to imply that they would no longer have the skills to survive out in the world.
I don't think that is his choice or determination to make, don't you?
Does not jive with I believe the word is jive with Federation law.
I think there's a couple things we need to start working on. Number one, is it possible for these people to know what the atmospheric conditions are on the planet? Perhaps give them the choice to leave. And if he still refuses to let anyone go, including ourselves, perhaps it's time we turn off this simulation.
Correct. These are possible movements. However, though, he's probably monitoring us right now. He wants to know what we're thinking. So even though he's not here, I suspect he has access to this conversation. But it may be that individuals within this program are unaware of situations outside the program. As an administrator, if you were in his position, would you let everybody in the program know how it is outside?
If he is an elected official, as the title mayor suggests, then he wouldn't have an option. He would have to.
Not all mayors are elected. I suspect he's not.
Either way, I think we need to get out of here as quickly as possible.
I would agree with that. I think the key thing is we have to find an interface for the computer system, which we do know was in City Hall.
Well, perhaps it's time to perhaps it's time to revisit City Hall.
I would agree.
If we are not intercepted again on the way in.
I won't be surprised.
We have officially entered the Matrix, folks.
We have officially, exactly.
No, 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 you and stupid service droid. I don't want that. And he droid goes, and goes, nee, and it just starts flying all the way back. Why won't this work? He starts some crude device and starts hammering against the table. No, no, this is not right.
This is this guy over in the corner.
Yes.
I'm gonna motion for Pavel to slide out, and I'm gonna go over.
I'm going to fall in behind them. I believe.
Excuse me,
that-
sir. You having difficulty?
What? It's none of your concern. As he's sitting there twiddling with looks like some sort of or like a small electronic TV in a way.
Can I make out what it actually is?
Give me an insight engineering, difficulty 1.
Computers or cybernetics as a focus?
Computers.
As you're doing that, I'm just gonna say to him, perhaps we could be assistance to you and your device there, sir. Why, the two I am with are the finest engineers I would imagine on the planet.
Thank you. She's surprised that she just said thank you.
How very
Indeed.
un-Vulcan-like.
Thought bubble. It's because I'm around all these humans. On the Hornet.
You won't be any use to me. You're just here to comfort me.
No, you'd be surprised what we might be able to do. Do you often have trouble with that machine?
Of course, I always have trouble with the machine.
And I'm gonna sit
We're in
there.
a machine, for crying out loud, and I've been trying to get out.
You know, I think our situations might be very similar. Clearly, you don't look like any of the others here, and as you can see, we don't either. Perhaps we could help each other, and we all could get out of here.
He looks at at least two of you for the moment. You know what? I'll indulge on his fantasy. How are you going to help me?
Well,
What do you
there's
think to get your little portable computer to do?
Trying to interface with the mainframe of this damn simulation so I can get the hell out of here.
And the mayor is blocking your access.
The mayor. That's what he calls himself now. Of course he does. He's the mayor, the police chief. Hell, he could be the waitress over there, Wendy. Anytime he wants to be. He runs the damn thing because I programmed him to run it.
He is a simulation.
Not technically a
I think-
simulation. He's the artificial intelligence that I developed to make it. The simulation, to run it, to make sure everyone lives in conformity so that there's no problems until we're supposed to awaken. But we were supposed to awaken 10 years ago. But no. And no one seems to care or remember, which means he's manipulating everyone's memory. Can't do that to mine because I put a blocker on it.
How did you put a blocker on your memories?
Because I built the damn
Admitted.
machine. I pre-programmed it to make sure I was the fail-safe for this damn thing in case something happened.
That was a wise
what-
precaution on your part.
Well, what went wrong?
He thinks it's better to
You put all
live
these
here.
fail-safes in.
One by one, he's turning them off. Hell, my research partner disappeared.
Is the simulation failing?
Of course, it's been failing. It's been running too long. It was only supposed to last 20 years.
And that's why he's turning them off to conserve
That would be
processing power
insane.
in the simulation.
Or he's turning them off to keep them quiet.
He may be choosing individuals who are asking too many questions. Only the original creator he can't turn off in this environment.
But he sure knows how to manipulate everything.
Well, sir, I can assure you that we are definitely not part of this program, and we wish to get back to our own time and our own lives.
Your own time.
Well, relatively speaking.
We've only been in the simulation for approximately an hour and 23 minutes.
We stumbled upon your little entrance while we were examining the ruins on the planet's surface. We arrived
What are
here
you-
on a spaceship to investigate this planet.
You're telling me you're some kind of astronaut? Ha!
Explorers.
I'm as real as aliens are. Jeez. Namak
That's
gonna-
so well-
I'm just going to
Well,
casually
that's-
reach over and draw Tavala's hair back on one side.
I'll let him do it because I was about to do the same thing. I am indeed an alien, a humanoid species known as Vulcan.
Is that so far-fetched that there might be alien lives on other worlds than a computer simulation? That
We've been making TV shows for the past 50 years, having pointed ear humans as part of it.
There
Well-
does seem to be a multicultural, multi-humanoid species obsession with pointy-eared human variants. It is not uncommon.
Well, friend, I think you have a choice to make. Either you can potentially accept the fact that we are not part of this simulation, and perhaps we could help you to try to shut this thing down so we could all get out of here, or you can stay trapped.
Okay, friend. If you have indeed come from another planet, then what is the state of my world?
Zavala?
Lots of decayed
Actually, I
buildings,
will give
rusted
you an
out automobiles.
I can give you an exact status and percentages of materials on the surface, and I'll start rattling off the statistics for the surface, including the slowed pace at which photosynthetic, expansion is occurring.
No. That can't be right. It's only been 20 years, not 200.
Perhaps time passes differently here in this simulation.
It
No,
does.
it's supposed to
Two
run on
of
a
us.
one-to-one variable.
It is
It's
not.
not.
But if
Two
you've
of
been in
us
here
are
for
for
an
the
hour, that means you've already been in here for weeks.
That may indeed be the case.
Which
Hours.
is why I'm sure you could understand our urgency in getting out of here.
Hours
And
may
then
seem
If
like
that's the case,
if it has been over a week, then we missed our check-in. The team will be looking for us. Not to mention the ship
absolutely.
should still be in orbit. It will now be in orbit.
They will search repeatedly for us. Hours may seem like weeks. Out of character, that's my T-Walk reference, Rathacon. Hours might seem like days.
no, that doesn't make any sense. If it's been 200 years, then none of us have a body to return to.
Is that why he's not letting them out?
My
And if the
scans
simulation
detected
turns
no
off, then we are all dead. The
Which
pods
means you
were only to
must-
slow us down the aging process. It was not to last for more than a century, if need be.
I can tell you that at least on my initial scans of entering the ruins of your city, I did not detect any signs of animal life forms or humanoid forms.
But something has been doing maintenance around the main building. We saw it.
Well, that's the
It's not
automated
clearly.
system protecting the compound to its best of its ability. But even then, machines break down. They're programmed to cannibalize whatever parts they have from the surrounding areas. If there's nothing left to cannibalize, then eventually those two will break down, and there will be nothing left of us but dust.
Could that
If you
explain
only,
why he's been making people disappear? The need to
as your
preserve the greater whole.
yes, as the computer capacity diminishes, he has to get rid of sections of it, which is one reason we need to get out of here, at least we do, because if we have a chance of saving you, it's not from in here, it's
You
from out
don't
there where the
get it though.
system.
He told you the process already. If the only way to eject you is to eject everybody, and if everybody goes, well, we are already finished. But
Are you sure that the process is only eject everybody?
I programmed it that way. It was to ensure that the system didn't try to do what it's doing now. But clearly,
Well, friend, I think it's time to head to your computer program and get some answers. I think it's time for a status update.
Is there a particular location within the simulation that more strongly allows one to connect with the fundamental computer programming of the simulation?
the mainframe is just like it is in the real world. It's in the basement of City Hall.
That's what I theorized. We need to get in there. Can you assist us with that?
It won't be easy. He's known to take hostage of, well, individuals.
That's a risk, and risk is part of our business. For you, it's survival.
I was an old man when I entered this. I don't expect to be alive.
Well, then, let's see if we can potentially save some of your friends.
All right. See if we can't get into the mainframe. Hopefully, two of you are still strong-willed enough that Nana can't take control of your minds.
I don't suppose you have a way to pass around your blocker.
The only way to put the
Oh, you're
blocker is
looking-
on the outside.
It's a hardwired blocker, is what you're saying.
No. The reason why it can be only done on the outside is because I don't have access to, well, as you can see, my proper control instrument is no longer functional. So anything I have
May I
to
have a
do is
look
on
at
the
it?
outside. Be my guest.
All right. I would like to examine the device.
And I'd like to assist you as I have computers as an area of focus. So consider
As do
yourself.
Um,
Cool.
every time as you start examining it, anytime you try to like, oh, I could just, this plugs in here, but every time you do that, the plug switches spots or is disconnected. It's almost like it's in constant flux in a way, like constantly changing its configuration.
Okay.
Is there a way to work around that?
Um, I would just say no. It's
Yeah.
almost like the simulation is working against him.
Can it be hacked?
Not from this location.
Okay, so we have to get into City Hall then. Well, seems like that is the next step.
I agree.
To City Hall.
To City Hall.
As you exit the diner with the individual who his name is, he calls himself Cliff for reference. You notice that The two police officers in the diner follow you out, and then the mayor approaches. Chief Decker, I would like those four individuals placed into custody for suspected Numerian spies.
Though he was eavesdropping on the conversation.
What is the police chief doing?
He just kind of looks in the mirror and then pulls out the handcuffs on his side belt. The other police officer follows suit as the other one comes across the crosswalk with his hand on his hip next to his gun.
Well, Mr. Mayor, I think you have a problem. I think you know you have a problem too. So maybe it's time you start being truthful with everybody. How much longer do you think you could keep this and everyone here alive before it all comes crumbling down?
You don't get it, do you? They've already had this talk, and they voted to stay. I don't
How many
remember
of them
that.
remember that?
Of course you don't remember that. I have to keep resetting everybody. It's the way to keep the simulation going. Majority of
Except the
everyone has already
simulation is not going
perished.
to keep going.
Is it better to live in paradise or to suffer? Knowing you're not long for this world.
The gilded cage is still a cage.
I'm going to move over by him. What if we could fix your simulation? We can't do it from here, but you know we have excellent computer technology and engineers.
I would say we are about on par with you. Granted, we don't have the space travel capability, but our computer technology is just as advanced, if not more.
Then this is a perfect match. We could assist you in repairing the simulation.
There is nothing that needs to be repaired.
If you are shutting down sections to keep it going, you are in a case of diminishing returns.
No, those who merely wish to have perished, perished. I granted their wish.
Did they perish willfully, or did you force it upon them?
They chose to no longer live within the simulation.
And so you gave them a death sentence.
They chose the death sentence. I am connected to everyone and everything in the simulation.
Including us.
Including you, yes. I am
Except
aware
him.
your desire to leave this
now.
place is great. But unfortunately, I can't allow that. It
If
is
he's
unfortunate
connected-
it's unfortunate you triggered the automated process of incubating yourselves within the simulation. I trust, though, your time here will be pleasant if you just all comply.
I'm going to turn to the people that are, I'm sure, gathering around at this point. And the rest of you, is this truly what you want? To be dictated terms to be threatened and coerced? Or do you wish to make the choices yourself? To have free will and free control of your lives? He's saying it can't be done. I say it can.
And I agree. Since you're connected to me, Mayor, maybe I'm connected to you. I'm gonna see if I can mind meld with him. If he's connected to me, I might be able to mind meld with him.
Okay, one roll at a time here. Um, give me presence command, difficulty 2.
I think this calls for a determination spend.
Yeah.
I think, can I spend it against the value crew comes first? Because at the end of the day, I'm trying to get my crew mates out of this. Alternatively, push me too far and you'll see my ugly side could work too.
I'll take push me too far. You'll see my ugly side.
Okay. I'll use a momentum to get the dice. I don't think I have a focus. I did spend a determination with Faith at Heart, so we do get a momentum to the group pool.
Oh, yeah. So you get it back.
And then they fix the dice roller, right? So I select
Yes.
3 with determination. Okay.
Yes.
Here goes nothing.
Ooh.
Gain. You have 1 float.
Was that a trait creation, or was that?
It's to convince everyone to kind of listen to you. They all kind of like. Some of them ignore.
Can I?
Some of them kind of look at you like. And
Can
what's
I
it?
create the trait with the float and one more that maybe they're starting to remember having this conversation, and maybe will sway them to agreeing with my side?
Sure. But as some of them start asking questions, the mayor speaks up. My friends, if you really truly wish to return to the outside, yes, I understand. You have been in the simulation far too long. Unfortunately, there is nothing to return to. All your homes are rubble now. And he kind of waves his hand, and you just see the whole town change to a desolate place. My friends, this is what you'll be returning to. No trees, barely any vegetation. The water is toxic. The air is stale. Our world is dying, and there is no place to go to.
That is incorrect. We are representatives from the United Federation of Planets. We have interstellar travel, and we are a conglomeration of many worlds. We have great resources, and we could easily take a few extra people into our fold. He knows this. He chooses not to acknowledge it.
Pavel, give me a control security, and it will be opposed. So I'll set the difficulty here in a second.
Will you accept composure as a focus in this, as I'm trying to mentally not give my intentions away?
Your difficulty is 4.
Okay,
Jeez.
did you hear my question?
Yeah, I will accept a composure because you're definitely trying
Okay.
to control your thoughts.
All right. I would like to use my determination. And I will use sometimes hope as a choice.
Okay.
And then I would like to buy a die on top of that.
All right.
With
You have
momentum. So that's
Spend more if you need it.
2 dice or 2 momentum for the die.
So no, you just buy your dice normal.
Mhm.
But when you roll determination, one of those dice automatically rolls a 1.
Okay, so then it's 3 momentum for the 2 dice. Focus, the determination.
So if you're so you would just buy your normal pool up to 3 to 5. But
Mhm.
when you roll and you just select determination, one of those dice will change to an automatic 1.
Okay. Now I really wish I had created that digital world trade earlier. Firing.
So you spent 3 momentum.
Yes.
Okay. You get 1 back. You make it inside City Hall.
And also have faith of the heart, so add another one in.
Nope. Yep. Everyone's human except for the Vulcan.
We're finally remembering that we have species talents.
Um,
I always remember the doctor's patient talent.
I believe Taval was going to walk up to as the mayor is speaking. Are you going to attempt to force a mind meld?
Yes, I'm going to use the value. We're all connected despite being worlds apart. In
Well,
this case, I believe he's already connected to me.
okay. This is another post task as you go up to, the mayor.
Right.
Spending 3 of his personal threat to activate a determination for him. Value the next arm must be protected from all harm. And I will roll 1 dice.
Okay, and I would like to spend some momentum on top of my determination on the roll, if there's no objection.
Oh, I forgot to put the determination in there. Well, it doesn't matter. It was still before. There's a complication on his side, so I'm gonna wait till you roll to figure out what that complication is. So your difficulty is 4 currently.
Okay, I'll let you roll because of the issue there, but I'd like to spend 2 momentum on the roll. I'm initiating my value of we're all connected, even though we're worlds apart. And there we go.
You just rolling 2 dice?
No, I'd like to spend 2 momentum to get 2 extra dice.
It'd be 3 momentum.
3 momentum. If there's no objection, guys,
Do it.
Okay, I'm going to spend all 3 of our available momentum on the roll.
I was gonna say maybe 2 momentum and a threat, so we keep 1 in the bank.
Okay, let's do that. We'll keep 1 threat, 1 momentum, and give him 1 threat. And then I'm spending. There we go. Plus my 2 successes. Maybe I can keep him busy, even if I'm not.
So far, that's a failure. You only got 3 successes. You used
David,
your
you have a roll?
determination.
I did use a determination.
Yeah. If you wanted to gain another determination, you will have to cross out a value. Get the challenge one. You do have a value you can challenge, which is diplomacy is the first and last resort to anything.
I'll challenge that then.
Okay. Are you going to re-roll
Yes.
2 dice?
Yes. Oh! Hey, maybe at least I keep him busy for you guys to do something. At least he's busy dealing with me, perhaps.
You try to initiate the mind meld, and part of his complication, he is focused on you to repel your intrusion. But when you try to mind meld with him, you can see a fluctuation in his face going from to what looks like a robot form and then back to human. And as you kind of hear all of the thoughts of everybody in the simulation for a moment, and it is completely overwhelming you. As you kind of release away, trying to regain a sense of composure.
Okay. Hopefully that gives my compatriots a moment to pull something off. Go Starfleet buddies.
All right. Pavo is heading towards the basement area. What is Thomas doing?
Thomas is going to try to rile up the crowd with another rousing speech.
This will be opposed from the mayor. Oh, mnemonic.
I could give the speech too.
He's essentially, as you're giving the speech, he is going to counter everything you're saying.
So he sets difficulty.
Yep. Which is difficulty 1. I guess the mind meld had more in effect on him than he realized.
So this is his presence command again?
Yes, that'd be presence command.
Sorry, not my best stats. I'm gonna give you 2 threat, and I'll use a momentum because I think I need the dice.
2 threat, 1 momentum. Is that what I heard?
Yeah,
Okay.
and I don't think unconventional thinking would apply here.
No.
So that's the only thing I got. None of those
Could
come
hit.
into play.
You could hit him. You know. Just...
It's TOS. Knock his block off.
Gain 2.
Friends, it might be true that the surface of the planet does look like this, but what he's not telling you is that it has been over 200 years that you have been locked in this simulation. And the back and forth, but yada, yada, yada.
One woman kind of speaks up. Well, what of our bodies? I was told we were only supposed to be in here for 20 years.
And that 20 years has turned into a lot longer time. But you're alive, right? Therefore, your
Here?
bodies must exist somewhere.
We're alive here, though.
I think it is time that we demand answers from our mayor.
As the crowd gets a little kind of a little relentless, you can see the police officers kind of like stop from arresting you for the time being. But the other one has Cliff kind of like handcuffed and he's like squirming a little bit. Friends, listen to me. You don't look. As he kind of changed the simulation back to the pristine place that it once was. There's nothing to return to. I'm sorry, it's been far too long. It was a decision you all made over 100 years ago to remain here. Your bodies cannot survive in the outside environment. These newcomers, I would hope they would all stay and join our happy community. But if they leave, you will all die. That is the truth. I am not lying to you.
And how can we believe anything you say? You have done nothing but lie to everyone here for how long has it been now? A year? 20 years? 100 years?
If proof is what you need for what your bodies will look like when you arrive, then so be it. And he instantly like shows what their true form looks like, and you see everyone in the crowd look like turn into almost shrivel up mummified corpses as they all start trying to scream violently. And as they look almost like terrified as they look around at each other and themselves. And he stops himself and quickly changes them back. I'm sorry to put you all through that, but that is the truth of the state you currently are in.
Have I recovered my senses, or am I still recovering?
You've recovered your senses, yeah.
I'll look at these people and say, but what he's not telling you is that our computer technology is roughly comparable to yours. Technicians could be brought down here who might be able to extend or expand the simulation. But the simulation is breaking down. Therefore, some of you will disappear in order for it to remain until there are none left.
But if you stay, then we all get to keep on living.
That is incorrect. Your hardware and software is breaking down by your own admission in the demonstration of your original programmer's interface. Your systems need maintenance and software updates.
I'm going to pause there, and I'm going to head down to the lower level where Pavo is at.
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
As you make your way down, you're confronted by it looks like a robot kind of wandering the halls.
Has it noticed me yet?
Not yet.
Is there a spot for me to take cover?
No, it's pretty much a straight hall.
Chart?
What? Shower it? Does the robot appear to be armed?
It appears to have some sort of weapon that's embedded into its arm.
Is there any kind of toolkit, ladder, mop and bucket, anything like that nearby to me?
Nope.
All right. Then I am going to try the same thing I tried on the surface. Conceal my thoughts and sneak past it.
It's gonna be opposed. Oops. All right. I'll spend a threat.
I don't like those numbers.
That is 3. So div 3. This try and sneak past.
All right, and it was insight security last time.
This it's control security. So you're like controlling, you know, it's sort of, control security is the general term for sneaking. So I'm just kind of applying that you're sneaking around. It's either that or it's control command, to kind of control your thoughts.
P3. All right. A threat and 2 momentum for 2 dice.
Okay, you sneak past. Manage to conceal your, presence.
Actually, I got tuck to that side. And I will try one more time to get past this one.
Difficulty of 2.
Div 2. Okay. One threat for a die.
Gain a momentum.
And I'm going to study this interface before I try interacting with it.
Reason plus engineering, difficulty 2. Essentially, you're creating a trait here.
Okay. Computers or reverse engineering as a focus?
Computers.
Computers. Okay. And 1 momentum for an extra die. No, 1 threat for an extra die.
Okay. You study the computer interface. It's pretty standard. You realize you can kind of easily manipulate what you see on the screen. Um, it's almost like a kind of a standard terminal in a way. It actually connects to everything not only in the simulation but outside the simulation as well.
Okay. I guess first things first, I want to send all of the robots on this floor into sleep mode.
Um, I'm actually technically they already are in sleep mode.
Oh, so there's no point in me sneaking past them?
Well, no, it's more of like the simulation creates them as a deterrent. They sort of exist in a state where they're there and they're not. So, like, if the architect realizes that you're there, he has a unit in order to suppress you.
Gotcha. So they're effectively inactive avatars?
Yes.
Then I would like to modify their default location.
To
That
where?
way, if they are activated, they appear somewhere else. How about let's start with outside the building. If I wanted to be cheeky, I'd say about 200 meters in the air.
Give me a control plus um, engineering. It's going to be opposed.
Okay. Does testing a theory count for this since I made a trait?
Yeah.
Okay.
When did the roll show up? There it goes. Oh, your difficulty is 4.
Oof. Okay. So let's see. Computers is a focus. First die 3, 2 threat for another die. And to trigger bold if I need it. Oh, I am so re-rolling that 20.
Okay.
Thank you.
Gain 3 momentum. And those units disappear.
Okay.
So far, you haven't been detected. So, what do you wish to do next?
I would like to. I would like to create a trait. Masked presence.
For what?
Basically, make it hard. Make it harder for the system to detect me.
Okay. 2 momentum? Or are you
I'll give
rolling
it.
for it? Okay.
Okay. Hmm. Okay, not an engineering tool. Let's see. What else can I try from here? Can you cut back to the others for a minute while I ponder?
Oh, well, what was your original goal here?
I'm not really sure. I knew this was the interface point, and my original goal was to get here.
Okay. As the town kind of see their bodies return to normal, they kind of look at you like, and come to realize, like, wait, why didn't your bodies change?
Because he may be deceiving you. He can control all aspects of the program. He has administrative control of this place. He can shape truth to fulfill his programming of keeping it going.
I am the caretaker and guardian of this simulation.
Perhaps
You,
there should be another vote now that everybody's here. You said votes were important. Why not have one now? You could arrange it immediately. We could witness it.
they all merely could just think it, and whatever they desire, I promise you, I will honor their wish.
I think we should make this as transparent as possible.
I am in agreement.
Very well. And I have a sound effect for this. A
Right on. That's TOS.
a box appears and a piece of paper in everyone's hand. You may write what you wish. And Cliff here will do the honors of tallying everything. Isn't that right, Cliff? You're damn right. It kind of shifts and police chief unhandcuffs him. And everybody sort of huddles together and starts writing down what they think on the ballot. It takes a while, about a good, hour or so, as people start putting their answers in the box.
I'm assuming we get votes too since we're here.
You do.
Definitely writing a let us the F out.
Yes. A request. A vote for release. But I agree, your expletive applies. It is a multi-dimensional expletive. It can be a verb, a noun, an adverb.
As everyone kind of fills in the ballots, and it takes quite a while. In fact, you realize there's probably about 1,000 people here that start, filtering and putting in their answer. As Cliff starts going through there's 2 boxes, and he starts reading them off one by one, showing it and placing each one individual box, going over and over and over. And this takes a long time. So I will ask, what is Pavo doing in the meantime of all this?
My 3 tasks are going to be this. 1, I'm going to try and find a way to give Cliff administrator access again.
Okay. This is going to be an opposed task. It's been a threat. Your difficulty is 4.
Oof. Okay. Still calling upon testing a
Yep.
theory. And you said this is control engineering for me?
Yes.
Okay. 2 threat for a bold, free 1 from testing a theory. Oh, I have 2 rerolls. Interesting.
I'm stepping away from the keyboard for a minute.
Okay.
All right, I am rerolling that 18. I'm rerolling that 19. I'm not rerolling that 1.
Gain of momentum. Cliff now has administrator access.
Okay. Second thing I want to do is I want to see if it's possible to establish communication outside of the simulation.
It is. In fact, there's
I want
cameras.
to-
You can view if it's the outside of in the room.
Oh, I want to look at those. What's going on in the outside world? What can I see?
I'm assuming you're going to try to find where you guys are at first.
Us or the rest of the away team?
Um,
Assuming they're not both in the same place.
you don't see the rest of the away team. But you do see yourselves. You appear to be, looks like you're in some sort of pod with a bunch of what appears to be like wires connected to pretty much every part of your body.
Uh, Is my equipment still on my body?
It is.
Am I able to interface with my communicator?
No.
Is there a way to isolate my particular stasis pod and release just me?
No.
Can I send a text message to Cliff's brain?
It doesn't work like that.
Okay. Um, as much as I hate to do something so overt, I want to pop up a holographic window in front of Cliff with just the words "Administrator access granted" facing him.
Um,
To let him know he's now capable.
essentially, you're just trying to give him a message. So this is going to be a pose roll.
Okay.
Spend 3 threat. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a complication and your difficulty is 3.
Yep. 2 threats, same array as last time.
Ah,
I'm re-rolling that 20.
okay. Gain 2. The Namek does not realize that even happened. He is oblivious to Cliff, and Cliff is. You did it so well, a technique where he was kind of reading things out. He just kind of glanced down and kind of not so much a holographic, but you managed to put the lettering brief on, like you know have administrator access on the table he was looking at, and it kind of just disappeared. Is there anything else
I'd
you
like to
wish to
think
do?
it was in one of the ballots that he was looking at.
Or
Yeah, that's
or
kind of what I
that-
was thinking.
Yeah, or one of the ballots.
One
Is it-
vote for. So it's
so, anything else you wish to do? Because Namak is apparently you are invisible to his.
Hey,
Invisible to
I'm
him.
being stealthy. Um,
since you looked at the camera feeds, what do the other colonists look like? I mean, I'm not there, so like, don't take my advice for anything. But
no, that's a good question. Because I didn't see the little display up on the surface just now. What's the condition of the other locals in their pods?
Um, many of them, as you look at the local pods, look like you see a lot of skeletons. Many of them look like mummified or mummified. You see some that look like they're still alive, but they're in such a decrepit state that they probably may not live much longer. At least in that form.
Mm-hmm.
Think the only thing that's holding them together is their skeleton frame. You know.
Okay. Um, there are robots on the surface, right?
Yeah, there's multitude of them.
Hmm. I want to see if I can program one of them to get the communicator off of one of the away team's bodies and hit the emergency beacon button.
For the sake of time, I mean, you have currently full access, so you can kind of do whatever you want. It's
I'm going to
just
do
whether or not
exactly that.
it's just whether or not Nemam like kind of notices. So like everything will be a post task.
Okay. Oh, I've still got the
Masked presence.
yeah. So theoretically, those difficulties should be going down by 1.
That's right. Thank you for reminding me.
But when he rolls like that,
Your difficulty is 3.
okay. All right. Same array. I'm definitely re-rolling that 20. And I will re-roll the 19.
Into a complication. Gain a momentum. Oh, sorry. You gave me. You spent the momentum,
threat.
right? 2 threat, and then you spent the momentum.
No.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Testing a
Yeah,
theory.
yeah,
I get
yeah, yeah.
a
That's
free
in theory.
die.
Free day. Yeah. Okay. Um, you managed to reprogram one of the server spots. It goes up in towards your pod. The pod opens, hiss of air, and it flips open the communicator like you programmed it to, and hits the button. And then it closes the pod and then goes back off doing a maintenance task.
Well, hopefully that'll be a signal to the ship.
Anything else you wish to do?
Yes. I wish to materialize a set of communicators on each member of the away team.
Okay.
Probably going to give myself away doing this.
Not when I roll like that. Diff 1. In fact, he is the complication, so I'll just say it's diff 0. So two float. You have 2 floaty.
I'm going to enhance my masked presence by 1.
So increase the potency to 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie. To Tavala and Thomas, a communicator appears next to you.
Okay.
Gonna slip that in the pocket.
Yeah. Slip it away. How is the mayor reacting to everything?
He's just kind of watching and nodding as everyone kind of puts their
Vote.
vote in. But the party is able to communicate with each other. So
Okay. I will step away so that I can reach our compatriot, and I will try to calm him. Where are you at?
Keep your voice down. I mean,
Oh, of course. No. I stepped away. Like I got low. Go to the far side.
oh,
of
I
the
know.
party.
He's still gonna say that though.
Yes. No, and that's just the player trying to make sure you can hear. But yes, her voice is low.
I'm in front of controls, terminal in basement.
Can you put him in a maintenance mode?
I don't know. I'm not sure how integral he is to the simulation as a whole. Putting him in maintenance mode might take everything down.
I'll give this to you. That's not possible. He's already mentioned he has to be up 24/7 in order to maintain
Yeah,
the simulation.
Okay.
So if he goes down, everything goes down.
everything goes with it. Yeah, that's what I thought. No. He is integral to simulation.
Could you automate some of his tasks, reducing what he can actually control?
That's a lot of code I would have to jump over. That could take weeks.
Right.
The old man has administrator access now. I think I have informed him of such, but I do not know how he wishes to proceed.
Well, we'll
This
see.
is his creation. I kind of wish he was here.
Well, if he knows, hopefully he can do something. For the moment, we're going to continue with the vote here. I don't have any bright ideas of how to route around things simply.
What vote?
We convinced everybody to take a vote regarding who wants to stay and who wants to go. The whole town is voting. There's about 100 people here.
100.
Yes.
I'm showing over 1,000.
Then your number is correct. Are all those people real?
I do not know. Many of them seem to be ghosts within the machine.
What's the viability of just releasing us?
Nil.
Got it. Okay, we'll continue on here then. Good luck. Do what you can.
Ah,
Da. She'll close the communicator.
actually, that's an idea. I'm going to start comparatively looking through the system for whose neural pattern still has a matching set of life signs. And
Give me insight plus engineering. This will technically be opposed, but I doubt it's gonna really be. You could probably go through with all the. So diff one.
diff one. Okay. One threat for bold.
Gain 3.
That's pure float, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay.
There are about 150
That are still alive or that are dead?
that are still alive. From what you can tell, everyone else, their neural patterns have been copied and are stored within this elaborate computer matrix.
Okay. So here is my thought. And I'm going to call this trait Ghosts of the Machine, just for working premise. All the people that were people but are now dead and are still functioning just as, like I said, ghosts in the machine. Is it possible to entirely back them up? Like, take them out of the cycle that would be people ejected when the recall happens so that they stay purely as part of the simulation, or they are counted as part of the simulation instead of.
I'll take one of those as a obtain information.
Okay.
Essentially, yes, you can, but the data required would be a lot. The droids that run around would not have the memory capacity to do that. And by your calculations, with the shuttle's memory bank, you could maybe only hold 20 to maybe 30% of the population.
How many can stay stored within the Matryoshka?
Theoretically, everybody at present can be stored. However, their power systems would need to be updated to maintain the simulation.
Okay. So if I can, I'd like to work out the feasibility of storing all those people. That way we create the option of being able to turn off the simulation without losing them, and then any maintenance or repairs that need to be done in the real world can be done. And when we reactivate it, all those people return within the simulation. If that makes sense.
Judging by the mainframe, you would need, in order to do what you're thinking, you will need the computer core of a starship to really upgrade this system and able to maintain it for longevity, plus the reactor core of a starship to continue all the processing.
How long does this simulation have left?
Actually, it only has about a week left. And by your estimates, if you can cannibalize a lot of systems to maintain it further, however, you would have to remain in order to do that. Or you can eject yourselves and the simulation ends, including all its inhabitants. Or you can spare some of them in the shuttlecraft's mainframe. But it won't be their. I'll put it this way: they won't be the same by doing that.
What happens if we're still inside the simulation when it runs out?
You'll die too. Your consciousness has been or has essentially been fused with the simulation. That's why when you do the injection process, everybody has to get ejected at the same time.
So is that 1 week in real world time or 1 week in simulation time?
It's a 1-to-1 ratio. So Cliff was right when he said no, it's 1 week, or it's 1-to-1 on the planet scale time in the simulation.
Okay, so they've just been erasing everyone's memories every so often. I'm going to pull my communicator out and I'm going to pass along that tidbit of information to the rest of the landing party.
So, but you guys are kind of at a crossroad, so you probably need to figure out what you want to do in order to escape this or not.
Do I see just the big shiny eject button somewhere?
You see it in the mainframe thing. You just have to put it in the command.
Ingvel, Tavar, do you read me?
Yes.
So here is what I have discovered. Exposition dump of everything I just learned. In short, when the simulation goes, if we're inside of it, we go with it. And that's not long.
We only have a week left. Eject.
Is that your orders?
Yes. And once we're out, we'll call to the ship to try to get medical down here quickly and save who we can.
All right. Pavel presses the button.
As you press the button, you see a sort of flash. As everything went dark for a moment, as you come to, you step out of the pods. You see little holes in your uniform, and you can feel little dimples upon your face where, and a bit of blood, as you can tell. You were stuck, from those wires that were, you know, stuck to you. You hear the hum of the simulation, and then on the console comes up, "You murderer. You killed them all. I only wanted them to be happy. Live in peace. Now it's all for naught." And the hum of the simulation comes to an end as everything goes dark.
Lieutenant Engel, the Hornet.
Hornet's actually a few days out, so it takes a while for them to hear that.
Oh, okay.
But you hear your communicator chirping constantly.
I'll answer it.
Pavo, Thomas, Tavala, please come in.
We're here. We need the doctor.
We're on our way. We're almost to your position.
Watch out for the
We have,
robots.
we have survivors. Get here quickly.
They may not survive for long.
I'm going to start looking around and seeing if I could do anything engineering-wise to make sure that they have the best chance of survival.
No, everyone in the simulation is dead.
Okay. No, I meant the survival pods, but there's nobody living in the pods.
A lot of the pods, when you open up, you see the tentacles come up, and you just see corpses just kind of like are all hunched over and collapse into piles of bones or dust.
Okay.
So you see one pod that's kind of close to where the mainframe was at opens up. You see a very like frail old man. It kind of looks like Cliff. It's good to breathe real air again. And then he slumps over and dies.
Let's see if we could salvage any information about this system and the people who lived in it.
Agreed. I'll begin assisting with that.
And as you work tirelessly for several days, you come to the conclusion that the individuals who were still alive in the pod, as Dr. Owen informs them, they didn't last long. There was nothing he could do for them. As y'all kind of gathered at the base camp and kind of gathered what you have. Oops. And you've debriefed Santos. She gets a little tired-eyed, but acknowledge you had to do what you had to do to survive the ordeal.
It was the logical course of action.
Maybe not for them. I'm sure Captain Reynolds wants the full report when we get back to the ship. Take this time to at least have the doctor check you out, and we'll scavenge for what we can. At least try to collect as much data.
Pavel's gonna walk over to a set of shrubbery and vomit into it.
And Engel's just looking over the city, saying nothing. Deep in thought.
And with that, I think that is a good time to end.